2020 has turned out to be a crazy year, but it's also turned out to be the year of the AMD Ryzen laptops. And more specifically, I reviewed the Ryzen 5, Ryzen 7 laptops, ultra portables, mid-rangers, but I wanted to get a gaming laptop into the studio. So about a month ago, I did a live unboxing on my live stream of the HP Omen 15. And I've been using it ever since as my daily driver, doing gaming on it, productivity work, and the like. So it really has been performing very well. I like its 144 Hz Full HD display. That's great for gaming. I like the fact that it has that Ryzen 7 4800H processor. That's an 8-core processor with 16 threads. I like the GPU on this. It's the GTX 1660 Ti from NVIDIA. A lot of good things here, a lot of things we got to talk about. That's all coming up right now. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my review of the HP Omen 15 with the AMD Ryzen 7 processor. Coming up. Want to see more videos like this? Why not hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell? This way you'll be alerted every time I upload a new video. And make sure you follow me on my social media. I post a lot of updates on those platforms. And why not check out our Discord server? It's a great place for us to hang out and talk tech. Link will be in the video description below. And today's video is brought to you by all the members who contributed this month to the channel. Want to become a member? Hit that join button below. And in the interest of transparency and full disclosure, I'm not being paid by HP. I'm not being sponsored by HP. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own, and no one is seeing this video before its release. This review unit was provided by HP, and once this review is done, I'll be sending it back. Pricing for the Omen 15 starts at $849.99. That gets you the Ryzen 5 processor, 8 GB of RAM, 256 gigs of SSD storage, and a full HD 15.6-inch display. Now, my review unit comes in at $1249. That gets you a Ryzen 7 4800H. It also gets you the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660 Ti as far as the GPU is concerned, 16 GB of RAM, and 512 GB of SSD storage. And you also get the 144 Hz display. Now, in addition to the Ryzen version, there's an Intel version that has the Core i7-10750H, a 10th generation processor from Intel that has 6 cores. It also comes with the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070 Super with Max-Q, 8 GB of video RAM, and that also has 16 GB of DDR4 RAM, and it also has a 4K OLED option, something you can't get with the Ryzen model. The links will be in the video description below. If you're interested in buying the HP Omen, again, check out the description below. Now, the first thing you'll notice about the Omen 15 is its rather understated look, a little bit more refined than past models, and that's because they didn't want to give it a gaming laptop look. I know a lot of people use these for multi-purposes, whether to go to a business meeting or whether they game at home. It needs to be able to look the part for both scenarios, and I think they have accomplished that with this modern design. Now, at 5.4 pounds or 2.45 kilograms, not the lightest, but definitely portable. And it's 11% thinner than last year's model. Now, HP makes it easy to get inside this laptop. All you need to do is unscrew the Phillips head screws, pop off the bottom plate, and you're in. And the great news is there's a lot of upgradeability here. 2 RAM slots for you to upgrade the RAM, 2 SSD slots for expanded storage, and my review unit has optional Wi-Fi 6. It's something you might want to upgrade when checking out. It's a Bluetooth 5 combo, and it works really well. Good uploads, good downloads, good connections all around. And while inside, you'll notice that 70.9 watt-hour battery. We'll get into battery life in just a little bit. And it also has dual fans for cooling. We'll talk about thermals later on in this video. Now, as far as ports are concerned, we'll start off on the left side. We get your power port, an RJ45 Ethernet port, a USB-A port, and an HDMI port for display out, a 3.5mm audio jack, and a full-size SD card slot. Moving over to the right side, you get a USB-C port that does data, charge, and display out. You get a display port out, 2 USB-A ports to round out all the ports on this laptop. A nice port selection. Of course, there's no Thunderbolt 3 port here, as this has an AMD Ryzen processor. And yes, for those wondering, you can open the lid with one finger. Now, once you open the lid, you'll notice the keyboard layout. A very interesting layout. There's no numeric keypad here. This is a gaming laptop. Some do have that, by the way, but not this one. And as far as the tactile feedback, as far as the key travel, it's all working pretty well. Now it also has a customizable RGB per key 4-zone backlit or single zone backlit keyboard options. Again, this gives you a lot of options when it comes to the colors and so forth. You can control all that within this laptop. And you're looking at 1.5 millimeters of key travel, really good for typing for extended periods of time. So if you're going to do some work on this, it'll definitely get the job done when it comes to this keyboard. I think they did a good job on it. And it has a precision touchpad working well, very responsive. 2-finger scrolling is buttery smooth. All the Windows 10 gestures are working as advertised. They did a good job on that front. Okay, let's talk about the display. What we're looking at here is a 15.6-inch display. Now, my review unit has that 144 hertz refresh rate, making a better gaming experience with that higher refresh rate, of course, with a full HD resolution, 1920 by 1080, looking at good deep blacks, good white points, good contrast. Delta E score is very good, meaning the color accuracy is very good, and it also covers the color gamut very well. 96% sRGB, 72% Adobe RGB, 73% of the P3 wide color gamut, and 67% NTSC, making this a decent choice for that content creator that does Lightroom, Photoshop, and of course video editing. And at 325 nits, definitely bright enough for indoor and outdoor use, especially since this is a matte display. You don't get any of the unnecessary glare or reflections you'd get with a glossy display. I like the fact that they went with a matte display, especially if you're a gamer, you'll appreciate that as well. Now, the two sides and the top bezel are pretty thin as far as the bezels are concerned. The bottom bezel has a bit of a chin, as you will notice here. And I think they did a really good job with this display. Again, if you're a gamer, go with that 144 hertz panel, the one I have here. That's the one to go with. So this is the front-facing camera on the HP Omen 15. It's a 720p, 30 frames per second webcam. It's not a Windows Hello, so there's no infrared camera on this, no face recognition as far as locking in with Windows Hello. It's adequate, I would say, for Zoom, for Skype, any of your work-from-home needs. It probably will get the job done adequately. So I'm curious to know what you think. Let me know in the comments section below. Okay, when it comes to performance, the HP Omen 15 that I have here, my review unit, is running the AMD Ryzen 4800H. That's an 8-core processor with 16 threads, and I found it to be a very strong performer for productivity workloads as well as gaming. And as you can see from these benchmarks, strong performance with these numbers. And of course, since this is a gaming laptop, let's see how well it does in terms of gaming. High settings, 1080p, playable frame rates for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, GTA 5, Borderlands 3, Red Dead Redemption 2. Pretty much playable frame rates, although Red Dead Redemption 2, I would bump it down to medium settings. Bottom line, this is a very capable gaming laptop. Now, the HP Omen with its out-of-box settings can get a little bit toasty on the bottom. It can get a little bit warm at heavy load, so be sure to use it on a desk or table when gaming. HP claims that this laptop is the first laptop to implement an IR thermopile sensor to allow for steadier fan control to keep the device quiet and cool. Now, while gaming, I measured that the center keyboard between the G and H keys would measure about 39 degrees Celsius or about 102 degrees Fahrenheit. The touchpad was cooler at 30.1 degrees Celsius or 86.2 degrees Celsius. All told, not bad in terms of the cooling. Now, the bottom of the laptop was the hottest point, which reached 56 degrees Celsius or 133 degrees Fahrenheit, which was quite warm. Now, when it comes to battery life, we're looking at a 70.9 watt-hour battery, not the biggest we've seen out of a gaming laptop, and gaming laptops traditionally don't have the best battery life. This did pretty decently for a gaming laptop, coming in at 6 hours and 47 minutes on my continuous web surfing test over Wi-Fi at 150 nits. It is actually a pretty good result when it comes to battery life. And if you do need to plug in, of course, they do supply you with a 200-watt power adapter that uses a barrel pin connector, taking a little bit less than 2 hours for a full charge. Not too bad. Now, when it comes to the audio, the HP Omen 15, I would say is okay. Nothing terrible, nothing great either. It does have very good volume, so that's good in that regard. It doesn't have the best mids or bass for that matter. I would say it's okay, it's adequate, but a lot of you are going to use gaming headphones with this, so it's really not going to be much of an issue. Again, gaming headsets are a lot better when it comes to the audio. Okay, to bring it all home, can I recommend the HP Omen 15 running the AMD Ryzen 7 processor? And the answer is absolutely. This is a great mid-level gaming machine. I think they've hit a home run, a nice balance between performance and price. I like its 144 hertz full HD display. I like the more refined design this time around. Solid gaming performance. comfortable keyboard, user accessible in terms of the RAM, SSD, Wi-Fi, all are user upgradable. I like to see that. Now the negatives here, it runs hot on the bottom, too much bloatware, and of course there's no Thunderbolt 3, but that's not a real deal breaker by any stretch since this does have pretty good ports nonetheless. But when it's all said and done, HP's hit a home run with the Omen 15 in my opinion, running that Ryzen 7 4800H. Definitely good for the mid-level gamer, definitely worth your money. So what do you think about this bad boy, the Omen 15, running that AMD Ryzen 7 processor? One thing you're going to notice is right off the bat, a more refined design, a thinner design. You can take this to a business meeting. You won't feel embarrassed with it. You can do productivity work. And of course, when you come home, you can game, or you can game on the go at 5.4 pounds or 2.45 kilograms. Definitely more portable than a lot of other heavier gaming laptops. Now, this is a mid-ranger in my estimation. We're looking at that AMD Ryzen 7 4800H. That's an 8-core processor. It doesn't perform like a mid-ranger. It actually gives you good performance out of that, as you saw by the numbers. GTX 1660 Ti, a very capable GPU. What I like about this laptop is this blend between performance and price. It won't break the bank, and you're not skimping on performance, so it's a nice blend in my opinion. Battery life, about 6 hours and 45 minutes or so. Not the best in terms of the battery, 70.9 watt-hour battery, but gaming laptops traditionally are not the best in terms of battery life. This is definitely average to maybe a little bit above average for a gaming laptop. Not too bad. I wanted to see some improvements in the next iteration. The speakers are not the greatest here. I'm not going to lie to you, but definitely want to use this with a gaming headset. Omen makes a whole bunch of them. There's gaming mice. There's all sorts of things you can do with this, again, with this Omen 15. But on its own, I think it really is a nice design, and I like the fact that it has 144 hertz full HD display. Now, there is an Intel version that offers a 4K OLED display for obviously more money, but I would stick with this Ryzen one for now. 144 hertz is great in terms of gameplay. It's a better gaming experience, obviously. Probably one of the best mid-rangers out there right now in terms of gaming. This is definitely a recommend from me. I like it. It's a good price to performance value, and how can you go wrong in that regard? So please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. I'll do my best to try to make that happen. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course my website, amdtechreviews.com. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMD Tech. See ya.